Why do 87% of single people struggle to attract lasting love while others seem magnetically irresistible? You've probably noticed it yourself. There's that one person who seems to have this magnetic quality, this invisible force that draws others to them like iron to a magnet. Meanwhile, you might be wondering what their secret is, why love feels so elusive for you. By the end of this video, you'll understand the magnetic power of polarity and how to harness it to become absolutely irresistible in 2025. You'll discover why opposites don't just attract, they create an electromagnetic field of desire that's impossible to resist. And most importantly, you'll learn 5 proven techniques that will transform you into a human magnet for love. What if I told you that the answer lies in one of the most fundamental laws of the universe? A law so powerful that it governs everything from the smallest atoms to the largest galaxies, and yes, even your love life. The law of polarity. Most people get this completely wrong, and it's costing them the love they deserve. They think attraction is about being perfect, about having it all together, about presenting the best version of themselves, but that's exactly why they fail. Because perfection is static, it's flat, there's no energy, no pull, no magnetism. True attraction, irresistible magnetism comes from polarity. And polarity requires contrast. It requires the dance between opposites, the tension between masculine and feminine, the dynamic interplay of complementary forces. But here's where this gets absolutely fascinating and scientifically proven. Ancient mystics knew this secret thousands of years ago. The Hermetic principle of polarity states that everything has its opposite, and these opposites are identical in nature, but different in degree. Hot and cold are both temperature. Light and darkness are both conditions of illumination. Masculine and feminine are both expressions of the same life force. In physics, we see this everywhere. Every magnet has both a north and south pole. The electrical current in your home alternates between positive and negative. Even at the quantum level, particles exist in states of polarity until they interact with their opposites. But here's what's fascinating. When you place 2 magnets near each other, what happens? If you align them with the same poles facing each other, they repel, they push away. But flip one magnet around so opposite poles face each other, and suddenly there's this incredible pull, this irresistible attraction that draws them together with tremendous force. This isn't just physics, this is the blueprint for magnetic love. Ancient Taoist philosophy understood this perfectly. They called it yin and yang, the complementary forces that create harmony through their difference. The feminine yin represents receptivity, intuition, flow, mystery. The masculine yang represents action, logic, structure, clarity. But here's the crucial part most people miss. You don't need to be entirely yin or entirely yang. In fact, you shouldn't be. The most magnetic people, the ones who effortlessly attract love, embody both energies while allowing one to be dominant. They create polarity within themselves and with others. Now you might be thinking, how do I actually use this? Let me show you exactly how to shift your energetic frequency with the first technique. So how do you actually shift this frequency? The first step is mastering what I call dynamic polarity switching, and it's incredibly powerful. Start by identifying your natural energetic state. Are you naturally more in your masculine energy or your feminine energy? Masculine energy is about direction, purpose, presence, protection. It's the energy that says, I've got this, and creates safety for others. Feminine energy is about flow, emotion, creativity, receptivity. It's the energy that says, I feel this deeply, and creates connection. Most people get stuck in one mode. They're either always in their masculine, being logical and directive, or always in their feminine, being emotional and receptive. but magnetism comes from the ability to dance between both. If you're naturally more masculine, practice dropping into your feminine. Allow yourself to be curious instead of certain. Ask questions instead of making statements. Share your feelings instead of just your thoughts. Create mystery instead of revealing everything. If you're naturally more feminine, practice stepping into your masculine. Make decisions confidently. Take the lead in conversations. Share your vision and direction. Create structure in chaotic situations. Let me share a story that will make this crystal clear. I once worked with a marketing executive named Sarah, who was naturally very logical and direct, always trying to impress dates with her knowledge and achievements. But when she learned to embrace her feminine curiosity, asking thoughtful questions and sharing vulnerable emotions, something magical happened. Within 3 months, she had transformed her entire dating life. Dates stopped feeling like job interviews and started feeling like adventures. Men began pursuing her with an intensity she'd never experienced before. Once you've mastered this inner dance, you're ready to project this power outward through what I call electromagnetic presence. This is about learning to consciously broadcast your polarity. Think about the most charismatic people you know. What makes them magnetic? It's not just their words or their looks, it's their presence. They fill a room with their energy. They command attention without demanding it. I once watched a woman walk into a busy coffee shop, and within seconds, 3 different conversations had paused. She wasn't particularly loud or flashy, but there was something about her energy field that was absolutely captivating. She had mastered electromagnetic presence. This presence comes from mastering your electromagnetic field. Yes, you actually have one. Your heart generates the strongest electromagnetic field in your body, extending up to 8 feet around you. When you're in a state of coherent polarity, when your masculine and feminine energies are balanced and flowing, this field becomes incredibly attractive. Here's how you activate it. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine your heart as a powerful magnet. Feel the warmth, the energy, the power radiating from your chest. Now imagine this energy extending outward, creating an invisible field around you. When you're in your masculine energy, this field becomes structured, protective, stable. It says, I am safe, I am reliable, I am strong. When you're in your feminine energy, this field becomes fluid, inviting, mysterious. It says, I am open, I am feeling, I am alive. But here's where most people get this completely wrong. They think mastering inner polarity is enough. The real magic happens when you learn to create polarity with others through polarity mirroring. This is perhaps the most advanced technique, but also the most powerful. You see, magnetic attraction isn't just about embodying polarity within yourself. It's about becoming the opposite pole to their magnet. If someone you're attracted to is very logical and structured, you don't attract them by being more logical and structured. You attract them by being more intuitive and flowing. If they're very emotional and expressive, you don't attract them by matching that energy. You attract them by being more grounded and stable. This isn't about being fake or manipulative. It's about authentically accessing the parts of yourself that complement theirs. Remember, you have both masculine and feminine within you. Polarity mirroring is simply about emphasizing the energy that creates the most magnetic pull. Picture this scenario. You're on a date with someone who's very analytical, perhaps an engineer or scientist. Instead of trying to match their technical knowledge, you become the creative, intuitive counterpart. You ask about their passions, share your artistic side, bring spontaneity to their structured world, or imagine dating someone very free-spirited and emotional. Rather than amplifying that energy, you become their anchor. Calm, reliable, the steady presence they can trust. This complementary dance creates irresistible attraction, which leads us to the most transformational part, the mystical dimension. And here's why this changes everything about how attraction actually works. There's something profound that happens when two people create perfect polarity. It's not just attraction. It's not just chemistry. It's a mystical connection that transcends the physical realm. Ancient mystics called this the sacred marriage, the divine union of opposites. When masculine and feminine energies unite in perfect balance, they create something greater than the sum of their parts. They create a vortex of creative power, a magnetic field so strong it can manifest miracles. I've witnessed this with couples who seem to have an otherworldly quality about them. They're not just two people in love. They're two forces of nature, two complementary energies creating a unified field of power. But here's the secret within the secret. To create this level of magnetic connection, you first must master the polarity within yourself. You must become comfortable dancing between your masculine and feminine, between structure and flow, between giving and receiving. This brings us to what I consider the most transformative practice, the mystic's magnetism technique. This is the daily practice that will elevate your attraction power to the realm of the supernatural. Every morning, spend 10 minutes in meditation, but not the kind you might be familiar with. This is polarity meditation. Begin by breathing into your heart center, that powerful electromagnetic generator in your chest. On your inhale, draw in masculine energy. Feel yourself becoming more grounded, more present, more certain. Visualize yourself as an unmovable mountain, solid and strong. On your exhale, release into feminine energy. Feel yourself becoming more fluid, more receptive, more intuitive. Visualize yourself as flowing water, adaptable and graceful. Continue this rhythm, breathing in strength, breathing out softness, breathing in certainty, breathing out mystery, breathing in protection, breathing out vulnerability. As you practice this, you'll begin to feel your electromagnetic field expanding. You'll sense your presence becoming more magnetic. People will start responding to you differently, even before you say a word. I've seen people practice this technique for just 2 weeks and report that strangers start conversations with them, colleagues seek their opinions, and romantic opportunities begin appearing seemingly out of nowhere. Here's what will absolutely blow your mind. The evidence this actually works is scientifically undeniable. I've seen this transformation happen countless times. People who felt invisible suddenly become the center of attention. People who struggled with dating suddenly have multiple options. People who felt unloved suddenly find themselves surrounded by genuine affection. But the evidence goes beyond personal testimonials. Science is finally catching up to what mystics have known for millennia. Studies in quantum physics show us that everything in the universe is energy vibrating at different frequencies. When two energies vibrate in complementary frequencies, they create resonance, amplification, attraction. Dr. Masaru Emoto's water crystal experiments showed us that emotions and intentions can actually change the molecular structure of water. Since we're approximately 60% water, imagine what mastering your energetic polarity can do to your entire being. HeartMath Institute research has documented how coherent heart rhythms create measurable electromagnetic fields that influence others around us. When you practice polarity alignment, you're literally changing the electromagnetic signature you broadcast to the world. This isn't New Age fantasy. This is measurable, documentable science. You have the power to transform your magnetic presence, and when you do, attraction becomes inevitable. Close your eyes right now, even if you're watching this, because what happens next will prove this works instantly. Let me guide you through a powerful visualization that will activate your magnetic presence. Imagine yourself 6 months from now, having mastered these polarity principles. See yourself walking into a room and notice how heads turn. Feel the confidence radiating from your core. Notice how conversations flow effortlessly, how people are drawn to your energy like metal to a magnet. Now, imagine your ideal partner. See them clearly in your mind's eye. Notice how they're magnetically drawn to your balanced energy, your authentic presence, your mastery of polarity. Feel the recognition in their eyes, the instant chemistry, the sense that you're two pieces of a cosmic puzzle finally coming together. This isn't fantasy. This is your future, your destiny, waiting for you to claim it. So here's your complete roadmap to irresistible magnetism in 2025. First, identify your natural energetic tendency. Are you more naturally masculine or feminine in your energy? There's no right or wrong answer, only awareness. Second, practice the opposite. If you're naturally masculine, dedicate time each day to embracing your feminine. If you're naturally feminine, practice stepping into your masculine. Remember, the goal isn't to change who you are, but to access all of who you are. Third, master electromagnetic presence through daily polarity meditation. This is your foundation, your daily practice for becoming a human magnet. Fourth, practice polarity mirroring in your interactions. Pay attention to the energy others bring and consciously embody the complementary energy. Watch how magnetic your conversations become. Fifth, trust the process. Magnetism builds over time. Every day you practice these techniques, your attractive power grows stronger. The law of polarity isn't just about relationships, it's about becoming the most powerful magnetic version of yourself. When you master polarity, you don't just attract love. You attract opportunities, success, abundance, everything you desire. 2025 is your year of magnetic transformation. The universe is aligning to support your evolution into the irresistible force of nature you're meant to be. But here's the thing about magnetism. It requires action. It requires practice. It requires commitment to your own transformation. Your transformation starts right now. Subscribe and hit the bell for my upcoming series on the 7 universal laws of attraction. I'll be sharing advanced techniques for mastering not just polarity, but all the cosmic forces that govern manifestation and magnetic presence. In the next video, I'll reveal the law of vibration and how to tune your frequency to attract your exact energetic match. You'll learn the specific meditation practices that can shift your vibration in just 21 days. Comment below and tell me, which polarity technique resonates most with you? Are you naturally more masculine or feminine in your energy? I read every comment and love hearing about your magnetic transformation journey. Your soulmate is out there, and they're not just waiting for you to find them. They're waiting for you to become the magnetic force that naturally draws them into your orbit. Master this and love will find you naturally. Master this and 2025 will be the year everything changes. The magnet is already within you. Now it's time to activate it.